नमस्कार मंत्री महोदय प्रताप चंद्र सारंगी जी। बहुत खुशी होती है आपसे दोबारा मुलाकात हुई है इस साल में। इसलिए बहुत बहुत अच्छा लगता है आपसे दोबारा मिलके। हम एसोचैम को आपको पता होगा कि वो 100 साल जुनी एक संस्था है जहां लगभग 4.5 लाख छोटे उद्योग एमएसएमई इसमें शरीक होते हैं डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली। तो ये बहुत महत्व की बात है कि हमारी एसोसिएशन आपके साथ शरीक रहे। गडकरी साहब के साथ भी हमारी बातचीत होती रहती है इसके बारे में। और जो मोदी सरकार ने इतनी ऊंची चोटाई पर हम $5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी की बात की, वहां एमएसएमई का एक बहुत बड़ा महत्व रहता है। इसलिए एसोचैम भी बहुत चाहते हैं कि इसके ऊपर काफी गौर करें। एमएसएमई सेक्टर इंडिया की जीडीपी का लगभग 30% गिना जाता है और एक्सपोर्ट्स 45% गिना जाता है हमारे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर में। कोविड के कारण एमएसएमई सेक्टर सबसे ज्यादा उनको नुकसान हुआ है, लेकिन प्रधानमंत्री जी, वित्त मंत्री जी ने काफी इसमें बैंकिंग सिस्टम में क्रेडिट फैसिलिटी दी तो एमएसएमई को उनको ऊपर आने के लिए। लेकिन बहुत से इनफॉर्मल सेक्टर जो हैं, छोटे उद्योग हैं, बहुत ही छोटे हैं, माइक्रो से है, उनको अब तक मदद नहीं पहुंची। और हम चाहते हैं कि आपके द्वारा ये हम बताएं सरकार को और वित्त मंत्री को कि इनको और भी मदद देने की बहुत आवश्यकता है। हम समझते हैं कि ये उद्योग कुछ जगह पर शुरुआत हो गई है, जैसे पीपीई बनाने में हमारे छोटे उद्योग बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं और मेरे अंदाज से उनको बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूं एसोचैम के द्वारा। और आपके भी आशीर्वाद इस सेक्टर को हम मांगते हैं, क्योंकि ये लोग सबसे ज्यादा छोटे लोगों को काम और रोटी रोजी देते हैं। एमएसएमई जो रजिस्टर हुए थे वो लगभग हम गिनते हैं कि 18% थे, वो अभी 25% तक गए। और लेकिन जो अनरजिस्टर्ड हैं वो काफी बहुत ज्यादा नंबर है। हम समझते हैं कि लगभग 12 करोड़ लोग इस एमएसएमई सेक्टर को नौकरी मिल रही है। लेकिन आज के तारीख में हम आगे क्या देखें? एक तो हम समझते हैं कि क्रेडिट फैसिलिटी इनको और आसान किया जाए। हम वित्त मंत्री से काफी आग्रह किया है, अगली बार भी हमारी बातचीत 2-3 बार हुई है और उन्होंने जरूर उनके तरफ से कुछ शुरुआत की है। लेकिन हम आपसे भी सिफारिश मांगते हैं कि आप भी क्रेडिट के लिए आप कुछ सिफारिश करें। दूसरी बात है कि एमएसएमई में काफी वो स्किल्ड वर्कर्स नहीं मिल रहे हैं। तो जो रोटी रोजी है, स्किलिंग का जो डिपार्टमेंट है स्किल सेंटर्स में, उनमें एमएसएमई को कुछ रोल दिया जाए कि उन जो स्किलिंग के लिए करते हैं उनको हम एमएसएमई से भी कुछ मुलाकात करा दें। आपको मैं बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूं कि क्योंकि आपने जो एकल विद्यालय शुरुआत की है और सिंगल टीचर स्कूल किया है, मैं समझता हूं ये बहुत बड़ी बात है। अब जो नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी बनी है उसमें हमने सुझाव दिया था कि ये छोटे स्कूल जो हैं, जो हमारे शहरों में स्कूल्स हैं, उनको बहुत नॉलेज और ज्ञान और टीचर्स मिलते हैं, लेकिन ये छोटे स्कूल्स में ये ज्ञान नहीं है। तो हम चाहते हैं कि कुछ डिजिटल कनेक्टिविटी हम करें और ये जो छोटे छोटे स्कूल्स आपने संभाले हैं, बनाए हैं, चला रहे हैं, उसको हम कैसे कनेक्टिविटी के द्वारा हम जुड़ा दें। और मैं समझता हूं कि ये छोटे छोटे उद्योग लोग ये जुड़ा सकते हैं। और हम बॉम्बे में मैं खुद 14 कॉलेजेस चलाता हूं, वहां 45,000 बच्चे लोग पढ़ते हैं, वो सब डिजिटल को हम कनेक्टिविटी कर दी है। तो हम चाहते हैं कि ये जो ज्ञान है वो हम आपके छोटे स्कूल्स तक भी हम पहुंचा दें। एमएसएमई को जब तक हम टेक्नोलॉजी से नहीं जुड़ेंगे तो ये फासला हमेशा रहेगा, क्योंकि बड़े बड़े जो उद्योग हैं उनको टेक्नोलॉजी होती है और टेक्नोलॉजी से उनकी उन्नति प्रगति बहुत काफी आगे बढ़ती है। लेकिन छोटे उद्योग को नहीं है। तो हमें एक प्लेटफॉर्म क्रिएट करने की आवश्यकता है जहां जितने भी कंपनी छोटे उद्योग को ये सब टेक्नोलॉजी देते हैं, तो उनको कुछ वित्त मंत्री के द्वारा ये बजट में कुछ मदद देनी चाहिए कि उनको ये इनकरेजमेंट हो। दूसरी बात है डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म। डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म हम चलाते हैं और इसमें काफी हम समझते हैं बहुत फर्क पड़ सकता है। हर एक को आज मोबाइल है, स्मार्टफोन भी आना शुरुआत हो गया है। तो ये हम स्मार्टफोन और डिजिटल के द्वारा भी एमएसएमई को हम शिक्षण दे पाते हैं, स्किल डेवलपमेंट हम कर सकते हैं, और जितने भी छोटे संस्था, स्कूल, कॉलेजेस हैं वहां भी हम कर सकते हैं। तो दो बातें आप वित्त मंत्री से जरूर करिए कि फॉर्मल क्रेडिट एमएसएमई को आपने किया है, लेकिन और भी फाइनेंसिंग की जरूरत है। दूसरी बात है जो इनफॉर्मल सेक्टर है उनको हम कैसे ये उद्योगपति को छोटे कुछ लोन दे दें तो उनको भी ये फायदा होगा। आप यहाँ आते हैं, हमें बहुत अच्छा लगा, और आप जरूर आते रहिए। आप जैसे महारथी रहेंगे हमारे सरकार में तो हम जरूर समझते हैं कि छोटे उद्योगों को बहुत फायदा होगा। और जो प्रधानमंत्री जी चाहते हैं कि हम देश के आत्मनिर्भरता करें और हम $5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी करें, उसमें एमएसएमई का रोल बहुत बड़ा हो, तो लोगों की जो आमदनी है वो बढ़ जाए और उनकी जो हैप्पीनेस इंडेक्स है, न्यूट्रिशन इंडेक्स है, वो भी इसके साथ साथ में बढ़ जाए। हम आपसे आशीर्वाद चाहते हैं। एसोचैम के द्वारा हमारा 100 साल हो गया है और हमसे चाहते हैं कि आपके साथ हम शरीक रहें। आपके जो अच्छे अच्छे काम आप करते हैं इसके लिए हम आपको बहुत बधाई देना चाहते हैं, और आपके मिनिस्ट्री जो अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं उसके लिए हम बहुत आपके साथ में रहेंगे हमेशा, और हम जुड़े रहेंगे ये काम करने में। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार।
धन्यवाद डॉक्टर निरंजन हीरानंदानी जी, आपने बहुत अच्छी तरह से बातें आगे रखी है। आत्मनिर्भर भारत जो प्रधानमंत्री का एक क्लैरियन कॉल था, अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर जो है एमएसएमई में, उसका भी एक महत्वपूर्ण भाग होता है। और आज का जो संवाद है उसमें हम ऑर्गेनाइजिंग द अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड, उसके लिए ये बातें आगे रखना चाहते हैं। और अब हमारे जो सीनियर वाइस प्रेसिडेंट है और हमारे इनकमिंग प्रेसिडेंट जो है श्री विनीत अग्रवाल जी, जो मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर है ट्रांसपोर्ट कॉर्पोरेशन ऑफ इंडिया के, लॉजिस्टिक्स में उनका महत्वपूर्ण योगदान है, उनको मैं दावत देता हूं कि वो अपनी बातें हमारे साथ सामने रखें।
शुक्रिया रायकर जी, और मैं हृदय दिल से माननीय मंत्री जी श्री प्रताप सारंगी जी जो मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्टेट फॉर एमएसएमई हैं, मैं उनका स्वागत करता हूं एसोचैम की तरफ से। जैसे हमारे प्रेसिडेंट ने कहा, एसोचैम के लिए बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट सब्जेक्ट है, क्योंकि हमारे 4.5 लाख मेंबर्स जो हैं जो एसोचैम से जुड़े हुए हैं वो ज्यादातर एमएसएमई कैटेगरी से हैं। उनके क्या इश्यूज हैं, उनके क्या सोल्यूशन निकल सकते हैं, और गवर्नमेंट से हम उनको कैसे कनेक्ट कर सके ताकि उनका ग्रोथ हो सके, ये हमारा लक्ष्य है एसोचैम में। सर, हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो आज बड़ी है वो कभी ना कभी छोटी थी, माइक्रो थी पहले, या स्मॉल थी, और फिर मीडियम हुई, और फिर लार्ज हुई। हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का जो ये जर्नी है, जो ये ग्रोथ का एक चार्ट है, उसमें प्रॉब्लम्स रहता है और उस प्रॉब्लम्स के बाद सक्सेस भी मिलता है। और ये जो ग्रोथ के लक्षण में जब कई इश्यूज आते हैं जब ग्रोथ होता है, चाहे सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट रिलेटेड हो, चाहे फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट हो, चाहे मार्केट मैनेजमेंट हो, और ये जब ये सब चीज को हम डील कर सकते हैं तभी सफलता होती है और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन माइक्रो से, स्मॉल से, मीडियम से लार्ज बनती है। तो ये हम हर कंपनी इस चीज से गुजर चुकी है। आज देश में 6 करोड़ 40 लाख एमएसएमई है जो 30% से ज्यादा जीडीपी को कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं, लेकिन इसमें कई और फैक्टर्स हैं। 1 करोड़ ऐसे एमएसएमई हैं जिनके पास तो कोई ऑफिस ही नहीं है। 1 करोड़ ऐसे एमएसएमई हैं जो घर से ही काम करते हैं, जो आज कहते हैं हम वर्क फ्रॉम होम, लेकिन ये इनका काम ही घर से होता है। और सिर्फ 1,20,00,000 ऐसे एमएसएमई हैं जो जीएसटी रजिस्टर्ड है। तो ये जो एक गैप है इंडस्ट्री का और फॉर्मलाइजेशन का, ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट गैप है कि इसको गवर्नमेंट कैसे इस गैप को पूरा करने के लिए फॉर्मलाइजेशन एमएसएमई का प्रमोट करे ज्यादा से ज्यादा। फॉर्मलाइजेशन का मतलब फाइनेंशियल इंटीग्रेशन है, टेक्नोलॉजी अपग्रेडेशन है, रिसोर्सेज अवेलेबिलिटी है, ये सब चीज बहुत जरूरी है ताकि एमएसएमई एक लेवल से ऊपर बढ़ सके, फॉर्मल इकोनॉमी में कंट्रीब्यूट कर सके और जो $5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी में एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट और एक अंग बन सके। सर, इन्हीं शब्दों से मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि आत्मनिर्भर भारत का महत्वपूर्ण अंग है एमएसएमई, और इनकी सक्सेस में ही और इनके ग्रोथ में ही सामान्य रूप से पूरे देश में प्रगति हो सकती है। तो इसी शब्दों से मैं अपना समाप्त करूंगा अपने स्पीच को, और आप यहाँ आए आज एसोचैम के फाउंडेशन वीक में, हम आपका बहुत धन्यवाद करते हैं। शुक्रिया।
धन्यवाद विनीत जी। आपने हमारी जो मूलभूत समस्या थी वो आगे रखी है, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। एमएसएमई सेक्टर जो है वो हमेशा आगे रहा है, उनको पूंजी भी कम लगती है, वो एम्प्लॉयमेंट भी जनरेट करते हैं और प्रोडक्शन में बहुत माहिर होते हैं। इसके लिए एमएसएमई का योगदान जो है वो भुलाया नहीं जा सकता। अब हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं विकी खोसला जी, जो एक एंटरप्रेन्योर भी है और सीईओ भी है इन्फोकॉम नेटवर्क लिमिटेड के। ये एमएसएमई टाइम्स जो एक बिजनेस न्यूज वेबसाइट है उनके एडिटर है, और इंडियन एंजल नेटवर्क इस से भी जुड़े हुए हैं। A network of investors that invest in early stage business, which is very much required for the new startups. So I would now request Vicky Khosla ji to please have his say.
Subject, let me give you a 1-minute background कि ये जो मैं बात बोलने जा रहा हूं, ये डेटा मेरे पास कैसे आता है, कहां से इंफॉर्मेशन आती है, एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट। I am the CEO of TradeIndia.com, which is the B2B marketplace, and we have over 1,000 sales guys all over the country, जो पहले लोगों को जाके मिलते थे पर कोविड के बाद फोन पे बात करनी शुरू कर दी, पूरा मॉडल चेंज हो गया। बट वो दिन में कम से कम 8 या 10 बंदों से एक बंदा बात करता है। जब वो 8 से 10 बंदों से बात करता है तो अप्रोक्सीमेटली 8,000 से 10,000 एमएसएमई से हम डेली बात करते हैं, एंड उनको वो रिकॉर्ड करना पड़ता है हमारे सिस्टम में कि क्या बात हो रही है। सो हमें थोड़ी सी इंफॉर्मेशन जल्दी मिल जाती है बाकी लोगों से कि मार्केट में क्या हो रहा है, यू नो। सो जब ये प्रॉब्लम शुरू हुई तो एमएसएमई सबसे बुरी हालत में थे, यू नो। उनके पास कोई चॉइस नहीं था। एक चॉइस था कि फाइट बैक, दूसरा चॉइस था शट द डोर, बंद कर दो। बट बिलीव मी, in India, they took a very positive approach, the MSME, and they fought back. And believe what I'm seeing in the last few months, I can say with surety, okay, green shoots can be seen. Businesses have come back. They've started coming back, you know, so that is what we are seeing right now. What they need to bring in efficiency. And technology, जैसे बाकियों ने भी बात की, is the most important thing जिसकी उनको जरूरत है और उनको अडेप्ट करनी पड़ेगी। एमएसएमई की प्रॉब्लम जो है, 2 मेजर प्रॉब्लम आती है, एक है मार्केटिंग, एक है फाइनेंस। बट मार्केटिंग में भी अगर वो डिजिटाइजेशन में चले जाएं, टेक्नोलॉजी को अडॉप्ट करें, तो उनको मार्केटिंग में बहुत फायदा हो सकता है। रहा फाइनेंस का, जो नई फिनटेक कंपनीज आ रही हैं वो ऐसे बंदों को फाइनेंस करने जा रही है जिसके पास बैंक पहुंचा भी नहीं है। एंड उनका जो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज व्हेन यू फाइनेंस समबडी यू लुक एट टू थिंग्स, कैपेसिटी टू पे एंड इंटेंशन टू पे। The new fintech companies are looking at both these things, while banks look at only capacity to pay through their balance sheets and things like that. But fintech companies are picking up more data and analyzing data and then deciding to lend or not. So technology will help MSMEs a lot, I feel. But the most important thing I feel, Joe, everybody has to come together and do is educate the small medium entrepreneurs. Educating them is the most important thing. And there's a resistance. We've been trying a lot. There's always a resistance to change, but changes have come and we have to accept them and keep changing it. One of the most answer you get from our MSME when you expect him to look at digitization, technology, उसका जवाब यही होता है कि मेरा ऐसे ही काम चल रहा था, ऐसे ही चल रहा है, चलने दो. But that has to change, So once we can bring that, if you look at MSME or people were not ready to use the credit cards, but it was railways जिसने बुकिंग शुरू की और क्रेडिट कार्ड यूज कराना शुरू किया एंड पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट चेंज हो गया. अब लोग नहीं घबराते, वो माइंड चेंज हो गया, माइंडसेट चेंज हो गया. सो हमें वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि उनको एजुकेट करें, उनका माइंडसेट को चेंज करें. आई मीन द गवर्नमेंट हैज बीन हेल्पिंग देम, बट आई थिंक गवर्नमेंट शुड टेक मोर स्टेप्स टू एजुकेट देम एंड टेल देम अबाउट न्यू थिंग्स. बिकॉज अगर हम वो कर पाएंगे तो हम पूरे इस चक्के को चला पाएंगे. So that is what I feel is very important. And they are alive, they're kicking, MSMEs, and I can see the green shoots, and it's healthy right now. That's what I feel right now. Thank you.
Mr. Sushil Sarwagi, जो फाउंडर और मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर कार एनर्जी प्राइवेट लिमिटेड के हैं, 22 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है सोलर में. तो मैं उनको अभी दावत देता हूं कि वो अपने शब्द हमारे सामने रखे. और हमारी सबसे एक रिक्वेस्ट है कि मंत्री जी को जरा जल्दी जाना है, उनको एक महत्वपूर्ण बैठक में जाना है. तो आप सब दो तीन दिन में अपना ये समाप्त करें. मिस्टर सुशील जी प्लीज. सुशील जी.
हेलो.
हाँ जी,
हाँ.
प्लीज गो अहेड. हाँ जी, प्लीज गो अहेड.
बेसिकली हम जब बात करते हैं एक एमएसएमई सेक्टर की, उस एमएसएमई सेक्टर के अंदर में एक बहुत बड़ा सेक्टर है जिसको कि हम अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर कहते हैं, जिसमें कि हमारा मतलब होता है लघु एंड कुटीर उद्योग. ये लघु एंड कुटीर उद्योग बहुत बड़ी बैकबोन है इस कंट्री के, और हम अपने घर और काम में इस्तेमाल होने वाली न जानी ऐसी कितनी चीजें हैं जो कि हम इस्तेमाल करते हैं और जिसका हमें पता भी नहीं है, जो कि लघु और कुटीर उद्योग से बन के आती है. तो सवाल उठता है कि जब तक इन लघु एंड कुटीर उद्योग को हम ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं कर पाएंगे तब तक डेफिनेटली एमएसएमई सेक्टर का विकास नहीं हो पाएगा. अब लघु एंड कुटीर उद्योग को अनऑर्गेनाइज से ऑर्गेनाइज बनने में सबसे बड़ी जो हिंड्रेंस है वो है फॉर्मल क्रेडिट की. एक इनफॉर्मल क्रेडिट उनके लिए एक बहुत बड़ा एक लालच भी होता है और एक मजबूरी भी होती है, जो कि उनको ऑर्गेनाइज होने देती नहीं है. तो उन तक फॉर्मल क्रेडिट का पहुंचना बहुत जरूरी है. उसके अलावा एक अच्छी टेक्नोलॉजी जिसको हम कहते हैं कि ऑपरेशनल एफिशिएंसीज, वो उनके काम के अंदर में आना बहुत जरूरी है ताकि उनके प्रोडक्ट्स कॉस्ट कॉम्पिटिटिव रह सके मार्केट के अंदर में. और उसके अलावा एक और इंपॉर्टेंट चीज जो कि इन कुटीर उद्योगों के साथ में है वो है गुणवत्ता. तो उनको एक ट्रेनिंग, क्वालिटी पैरामीटर्स की और क्वालिटी स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन की होनी भी बहुत जरूरी है, जो कि हमने देखा है कि इंडिया के इन गृह और कुटीर उद्योगों के अंदर में नहीं इंप्लीमेंट हो पाई हैं, ताकि उनके प्रोडक्ट्स मार्केट में क्वालिटी पैरामीटर्स में भी compete कर सकें. तो मेरी तरफ से, मैं अपनी तरफ से सिर्फ ये दो चीजें समझना चाहूंगा और बताना चाहूंगा मंत्री महोदय को भी और बाकी सबको भी. हमें इन लघु एंड कुटीर उद्योगों को मेन स्ट्रीम में लाने के लिए उन तक फॉर्मल क्रेडिट पहुंचाना और उनके प्रोडक्ट को कॉम्पिटिटिव बनाने के लिए हमें उन तक क्वालिटी पैरामीटर्स पहुंचवाना और उनके साथ उनको प्रोडक्शन एंड ऑपरेशनल एफिशिएंसीज प्रोवाइड करवा पाना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है। और इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ में मैं अपने नोट को समाप्त करना चाहूंगा। धन्यवाद।
बहुत सही बात कही आपने सर, धन्यवाद। अब श्रीरामन त्यागराजन जी जो को फाउंडर एंड सीईओ ऑफ अग्रा टेक्नोलॉजी जो है, they are in the space of voice, cloud and audio solutions for enterprise clients. Awaz, the product owned and operated by Agra, is the largest spoken word audio and podcast network in Indian languages. They are the MSME Award 2020. Or innovation is the key for growth and development of the nation. So we have Sri Ramanji. Please go ahead, sir.
नमस्ते, थैंक यू। मेरा हिंदी इतना खास नहीं है, मैं थोड़ा इंग्लिश हिंदी मिक्स करके बोलूँगा, सो sorry for that. Good afternoon. So every major technology, sir, when it came, it was available only for the rich or the big people. Electricity, telephone, or internet, all of that came only for big, and slowly it percolated to everyone, especially computers. But today, with smartphone, we have more than 400 million Indians, or 40 crore Indians who have smartphones. So it is the computer that has already reached in their hand. And an average smartphone today is 2000 times faster than the computer that put man on moon. That is the power of a smartphone in our hands today. So that has reached. But the challenge is, in India, if let's say the entire World Wide Web is 100-page book, all the Indian language content put together will just be one page. Just imagine 1% of the World Wide Web is in Indian languages. This creates a big problem, just like how I have a problem with, I'm not proficient in Hindi, and that is creating a barrier for me. Same way, when an average Indian opens their phone, when they access technology, they get feared. बहुत मुश्किल होता है उनको समझने में, क्योंकि उनका भाषा में टेक्नोलॉजी अवेलेबल नहीं है। सो वो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने के लिए लोकलाइजेशन इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। मिस्टर कोसला जी सेड नीड फॉर एजुकेशन एंड आउटरीच। हीरानंदानी जी सेड द सेम थिंग, एंड आई वुड आल्सो अर्ज लोकलाइजेशन इज एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट, बिकॉज टेक्नोलॉजी का एक्सेस पहुंच चुके हैं लोगों को, बट उसका यूटिलिटी बहुत कम है, क्योंकि वो इंडियन लैंग्वेजेस में नहीं है। दूसरा चीज है सर, already AI, it is, Niti Aayog and everybody is pushing AI. It is also like what electricity was 100 years ago. It is only used by big people now, but it doesn't have to be. Every MSME can use, just like how we went from hand loom, electricity changed it into power loom. Same way, every retail, every MSME can use technology today. Applied AI can be used today. We live in this information economy. Like, you want a taxi, you book it through an app. You want order vegetables, you book it through an app. Same way, technology adoption has been, a lot of MSMEs have adopted technology. For example, in Amazon, there are 2 crore sellers. In Flipkart, there are 2 crore sellers. They're all adopting technology, but that is just starting point. With localization, we could do more. So if the honorable minister and the department takes that as an action point, with the help of ASSOCHAM and the honorable members here, we would see technology being more useful to more people, and that would bring a better organized path for the unorganized. Thank you so much.
Of the local language, and I'm sure the industry will stand up to it. Sri Kulveen Sehra ji, who is the chairman of ASSOCHAM's Punjab State Council, he is also the director of GNA Group. He is into engineering goods manufacturing, for manufacturing components for commercial vehicles, agriculture and specialty vehicles. He is long-standing having long-standing global presence, experience in the development and manufacturing. May I now request Kulveen ji, please take this mic.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for hosting this event. And so, as you can see, that a lot of focus has been put on the digitization, and it is very important. Uh, it plays a very important role. But besides that, I would like to focus on the other things. So, one point is the free trade agreement with the West. So, to help MSMEs to focus on increasing the exports, we require the government support in pushing for finalizing the free trade agreement with the European Union and the USA. There is a lot of scope for us to export there, but our share has decreased in the past few years for some commodities to our neighboring nations. For example, in the textile industry, the import duty of textiles from India is 9.6% and up to 4.5% for engineering goods. For the US, it was levied last year only at 2.5%, which was not there earlier, and it could increase in the coming years. The share of business of Indonesia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Bangladesh, and Pakistan has increased in the past 4 years, while our nations has declined for, especially for the textiles which we focus on. And all these countries have FTAs with the Europe and the US. In this new world order, the high consuming Western nations need a second source to China. So for that, India has a much greater opportunity than what it is doing now, and this will be a great opportunity for the MSMEs to cater to the Western world, where the cost of production is obviously higher. And the second point I'd like to focus is on the logistics cost. So the government has to put focus on reducing the logistics cost in our country. Globally, especially coastal transportation is the most favored, followed by railway. In India, 60% is by road and 32% is by rail. Although these 22 new greenfield highway and expressway projects announced and started by the government will reduce the travel time and breakdown, which will give better yield and reduce running costs. But besides that, some incentives related to like logistics should be provided to the companies that are situated like, far away from the coast to balance the cost of logistics throughout like geographically. Just for reference, the average logistic cost in India is around 14%. In Japan, it's 11%, and in US, it's 9 to 10%. The third point I would like to focus is a key point right now these days. It's the regulation of the commodity pricing, especially focusing on steel. Some SMEs which depend on steel as their major raw material are shutting down or scaling down their production. This is because of the sudden increase in the steel prices in the past few months. It has increased up to 40% since October, and even now the steel mills have notified for another big price hike in Jan. This is because of the import ban announced by the government in June on certain items and increase of exports of steel and even iron ore from India. So now that the demand are at the pre-COVID levels, it is getting tough for the steel mills to cater the same in the domestic market.
Okay.
We suggest the government to derive some regulations related to the certain commodities in which the MSME depend in a big way, so that price increase should be limited to a certain percentage and on a quarterly basis only, rather than on monthly basis. If that cannot be fulfilled, then some ease in the imports should be allowed till the situation stabilizes. So there are a few more points, but I think we are short on time. So these were the key points, and thank you everyone. Have a good day.
We will hand over memorandum to the Honorable Minister. If you could kindly forward it to the central office. मंत्री जी उनको जरा एक मीटिंग में जाना है, तो उसके पहले वो हमसे संभाषण करेंगे. We all know he comes from Orissa. He has got unique knownness in starting a school, a single teacher school. He's done a lot of work for the common grassroots person. We are eagerly waiting to hear from you, Honorable Minister. मंत्री जी.
नमस्कार. माननीय डॉक्टर निरंजन हीरानंदन जी, प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ एसोचैम, and Sri Vineet Agarwal, Senior Vice President Association, Sri Vicky Khosla, CEO, Trade India, Sri Sushil Saraogi, Managing Director, Kyoar Energy Private Limited, Sri Ram Tyagarajan, CEO, Greya Technologies Private Limited, Sri Kulwin Sira, Chairman ASSOCHAM, Punjab State Council and Executive Director GNA, and all the persons who are present in this platform. I congratulate you all for having organized such a grand function to boost our MSMEs and having invited me to have exchange of my ideas with you. Exactly, coronavirus pandemic and the nationwide lockdown has dealt a grievous blow to the country's economy. In a bid to restore it, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced an incentive package of 20 lakh crore as part of the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. This approach to growth is indeed turned towards internal strength with the slogan "Vocal for local product" with the global outreach. Actually, when the world was completely disturbed, the economic dimension of the world was disturbed. India cannot be an exception to it. And the worst sufferer, the worst victim of our Indian socio-economic fabric is this MSME. As you know, MSME is the second largest employment provider after agriculture. And its contribution to the GDP and to the export marketing is very significant. But due to this pandemic, the whole supply chain was destroyed, the demand was collapsed, and the workforce left the industries, so the production was completely stopped. Now, how to start the production once again, how to revitalize the industry is a question for us. Because unless the people have purchasing capacity, only production will not do. So Mahatma Gandhi was telling that not mass production, but production by mass is the solution for economic problem. Swami Vivekananda used to say, the nation lives in cottages and let new India come out of the pigeon's cottage and the federal seller's house, the fisherman's cottage, like that. Such a new India to come, we need certain mechanism and we need certain changes in our approach to this. And our great friend, Sir Honorable Narendra Modi ji told, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas. It's an all-inclusive program. How to face this global pandemic was a serious question before the mind of the citizens of India and especially before the youth of India, who dreamt of a great India, a vibrant India, a dynamic. But this pandemic rendered them helpless for place. But our great Prime Minister Narendra Modi was succeeded in infusing the spirit of patriotism, work, culture, and optimism among the youth, so that they can lead this country's economy to a $5 trillion economy. And Sri Narendra Modi advocated for a self-reliant India on the Atmanirbhar Bharat, and that will stand on 5 major foundations: economy, infrastructure, system, dynamic demography, and people. Such an India is our dream, but the strength of our supply chain should be utilized to full capacity. MSME sector in India can play a crucial role by standing robust on all 5 pillars, thus achieving the vision of self-reliant India. What is meant by self-reliant India? One example would suffice. Before this pandemic, we were purchasing 78% of our bamboo sticks that was necessary for preparing incense, and 21% from Vietnam, 78% from China. So we are reliant on many other countries for our daily necessities. From morning to night, our usables mostly belong to foreign countries. We used products of foreign origin very happily. This is not this shine of a foodie nation. We should have developed a sense of patriotism, a sense of self-reliance, so that we can produce most of our messages. We depended on China mostly for PP kits. Before pandemic, we did not produce a single piece of PP kits. But we took it up a challenge as a part of this Atmanirbhar Bharat slogan. The dream of our Honorable Prime Minister became a national dream, and his mission became a national mission. The whole nation stood on one feet and spoke on one voice that we shall have to make India Atmanirbhar. Now, during this pandemic, we became capable to manufacture more than 5 lakh PP kits a day and export to foreign countries. We exported many types of medicines, including hydroxychloroquine for this corona, to different countries. Our stature increased, and due to this unity among the university, this unified approach, we could meet the challenge with a vibrant attitude, with all courage and optimism, and we became successful. There are many other sectors in which we still depend on foreign countries, and we are moving very fast to produce all our messages. India is a very big market. We have to capture this Indian market in total, and then we shall have to proceed to capture the world market. Because we were self-dependent, self-reliant. 1,000 years back, our contribution to the world GDP was 98%. And in the year, by the year 1700, our contribution to the world trade and fair, trade and commerce was 17. To the world GDP was 70%. So now we can examine how robust economy we had. Although this is a period in which our country's economy has come down, but through our coordinated effort, for coordinated will forward, we can overcome this situation and we can raise India to the prestigious site. Our Prime Minister has fixed an aim before us, raise our economy to a $5 trillion economy by 2024. And this will be a great achievement to do that. Presently, there are more than 60 million such enterprises in various industries, employing close to 124 million people. Of these, 14% are women-led enterprises, and close to 60% are based in rural areas. Now, after this pandemic, we found that the flow that was from rural to urban areas have been reversed, and people are looking for rural areas for employment opportunities. In all, MSME sector accounts for 45% of our merchandise exports and 80% of Indian GDP. Due to this, the MSME sector is called the growth engine of the nation. Strengthening them would have multiple impetuses, boosting economy and employment, as well as mitigating issues of migrating skilled, unskilled workers and professionals to metro cities. Many skilled workers, unskilled workers, semi-skilled workers have come back to their home. Many have returned, many have stayed there. Now we shall have to find out more employment opportunities in our rural sector. There are enough potentialities, but it's not visible. Enough space is there. Water scarcity is much lesser than the urban areas. Natural atmosphere there, natural resources are there. If we can train our manpower, our workforce, if we can provide liquidity, and if we can give technological guidance and the marketing support, then we can achieve miracles. So MSME is very much interested. Our ministry is very much committed to this cause of rebuilding the nation. Atmanirbhar. We shall have to purchase everything of local origin. Because by becoming a purchaser, we can serve the nation to a great extent. so that money will not be drained to the foreign countries. Similarly, our money should not be drained from rural to urban areas. Rather, urban money should go to the rural areas. How can it be? A poor farmer is forced to purchase an almirah from Gadari's company or any other company to be given to his daughter in marriage. So money flowed to rural to urban. But if using the local resources, the bamboo, the canes, the wood, beautiful almirahs, sofa sets are produced in the rural areas, our poor village artisan will get money and the rural people will get money, and money will be drained from urban to rural areas. Urban people. Similarly, we can have honey processing units. We can rear bees and have our own processing plant. For that, if we develop a cluster, government is lending 80% subsidy machinery generally. Besides technological training. So by that, our villages can be reached, and until and unless these 7 lakh villages are economically sound, national growth is not possible. So only through MSME we can do that. Similarly, our dairy industries can be developed in rural areas. Our milk producing plants, Panchagavya producing plants can be done there. Floriculture, agro-based industries, waste management, and fruit processing plants, herbal products processing plants, herbal plantation. We can do that. Our entrepreneurs should focus on these issues, these points, so that they can raise their income as well as increasing the income of our poor farmers and laborers. Every house should be an enterprise and every individual should be an entrepreneur. That is our dream. And if that is dream is to come true, only government cannot do it. You people should work as an interim agency to connect the government and the small entrepreneurs, and to give them handholding support, like to be guarantor in the banks, to advocate their cause before the bank and before the government and bureaucracy. We have to provide them ample marketing facility, because they will produce many things. Marketing facility is not there. Then what will be the use of these things? So marketing facility nowadays, it is not possible to organize big markets or trade fairs or world standard exhibitions. But we can provide them e-market access. Government has developed some portals to provide them e-market access, and private agencies also are developing such portals to provide them e-market access. That is the choice, that is the option for today's economy, today's scenario. We have to train them. No doubt some of the speakers have told, I agree with them, that our villages should be digitalized. In our schools, in our hospitals, in our rural setup, this digital mechanism should be developed so that they can get the service sitting at the home. Only then can we think of a bright India, a more brilliant India, if our rural poor are able to earn their livelihood, lead a very happy life, utilizing their physical energy, mental energy, and spiritual. Our government has declared many lucrative packages besides this Garib Kalyan package. Our Honorable Professor said, Jaan hai to jahan hai. But gradually we came to know that we have to live in tune with this corona. It is not going the other day. So to learn the technique of living with corona, and he said, Jaan hai, jaan bhi hai, jahan bhi hai. Then he said, Jag se jan tak, from individual to the world. That means India will produce locally, fulfill all the necessity of India and Indians. Then it should have a worldwide march, taking Indian culture with him and exploring the world market possibilities so that our artisans get proper use. So technology, through technology we can add value. Our Madhusudan Das in Odisha was saying, cultured end is industry. If you crush a piece of stone, it will give you 500 rupees worth chips. You carve an image of Buddha, Ganesh, Kali, Durga, it will give you 55,000 rupees. This is value addition and this is industry. Similarly, our rural women who have developed a genetic aptitude in artistic presentations in various types of arts can be trained, can be skilled up, can be given the opportunity of drawing embroideries on saris, preparing art pieces to be sold in world trade markets, and so that they can earn a good sum to be supported, to support their families, and so that they can lead a very happy life. And we have developed, made tie-ups, MOUs with many fashion designing organizations and institutions and universities. Unless the MOSM is stand to the global test, it cannot survive this great mishap, this great devastating scenario. So we have to infuse the spirit of confidence, optimism among the rural poors. We have to bring the message of our Honorable Prime Minister to them, so that they can be energized, they can be revitalized, and with a happy mind, they can join the movement of nation building through the system of Atmanirbhar Bharat. And if everybody will take it as a national resolution, national resolve, then the dream will come true within a short period. And government has declared many packages. One of that is the 3 lakh crore loan to the small enterprises, to the standard accounts who are suffering. And the second is 20,000 crore subordinate debt fund declared to stressed accounts, which are declared NPA, which have no future according to the earlier plan. The previous scheme said that there is no other way, they cannot be revitalized, only the banks will go to croak their property and auction their property and take the money. But now that is stopped. Government of India has given clear mandate, clear instruction not to do so. And they are given a chance of 20,000 crores to revive their industries, to revitalize their industries. There is a third category which are really in the account. Before Corona, their track record was very, very good. But due to Corona, they also suffered. Their supply chain is stopped, their market has been stopped, so they cannot venture for production. They need some financial assistance in the shape of loan, but banks are not giving. So that our Honorable Prime Minister, our Home Minister, our MSME Minister Nitinji, all have organized several meetings with the bankers to give the clear message how to give the loan, how to march ahead to take this country to the goal of $5 trillion economy. So that many people have got the loan, more than 50% loan have been distributed. The second one, the third one is fund of funds. 50,000 crore fund size has been created by the government of India, which government supports the scheme by 10,000 crore, which is called as a mother fund, as a Karpash fund, and from market through equity infusion from daughter funds. Many daughter funds are collected up to 40,000 crore, so that this 50,000 crore will be spent on revitalizing these healthy accounts. Besides that, up to 200 crores of government procurement, no foreign players are allowed, so that Indian MSMEs and Indian industry houses will be benefited. And MSME definition has been changed, and the range has been lifted up to 250 crores, so that many industries were left out, were drained from this facility, from this circle, are again brought back, and they can avail the opportunity. But I shall humbly warn you that this opportunity does not give you a license to spend bank's money without any interest to repay it. That will be a very dangerous thing. So please take the loan, pay it in time, and you should inspire the beneficiaries to pay the loan back in time, so that they can get other loans also. And banks will be believing the conduct of our people. Now, MSMEs are a very vibrant sector of our growth engine. If it falls down, the entire structure will fall down. So I appeal to all the MSME units to be very conscious of this responsibility that they will have to repay the loan. And they will have to increase their production. They will have to improve their quality so that it will be accepted in the world market. According to the global test, they will have to change their designs so that young men, bureaucrats, professors, and all the allies will be interested in purchasing khadi dresses and other products of Indian origin. We have made a principle that only assembler cannot be called as the manufacturer. If we purchase different kinds of components from different countries and just assemble here, then the flight cannot be called a product of Indian origin. If we purchase different parts of a coat from China, Japan, America, and just assemble it here, we cannot be said that India is the manufacturer. So that's why I appeal them that all the parts to be prepared here. How to be? We shall have to develop many corollary industries along with the principal industry so that they will prepare all these things and they will get money also. Thus, we can improve the standard of living of our rural people. Floriculture is another very interesting subject. Out of the rose, some type of oil or aroca is coming up. The process is very difficult and good. But the product is sold at 8 lakh rupees a kg. It's a very interesting subject. And waste management is another interesting subject where we can invest. Waste management means management of kitchen waste, e-waste, industrial waste, plastic waste, electronics waste. Now they are creating danger, threats to the survival of this planet. But our scientists have developed such technology, and I think other scientists also should develop this one so that it can be distributed among people very quickly. So this pandemic has rendered many countries helpless, but we succeeded in enabling us to stand on our own feet. Our economy suffered a loss of 23.9 nearly. We are minus. But now we are only 7 point something minus. And so this is a rapid speed. And by the end of this year, I think we may be able to reach a point where every moment will be an upward moment. And so we can start from zero again with a higher speed to reach the goal. So every house should be involved in this rebuilding of the nation program. No doubt many people are rendered homeless, many people are rendered helpless, many people are rendered foodless. That is the biggest challenge. We still have to provide food to our countrymen. We cannot live without them. So now all the MSME units should form their own organization and maybe under the umbrella of Association Marks of Mother Organization, or may not be, but they should form their own units, own organizational circle, not only to rub the government, but to help the government, to help the nation in the rebuilding process. And MSME can play a very crucial role in all these things, becoming a medium, becoming a setu between the people and the government, between the public and the government, citizens and the government. And in this critical role, MSME will come out successful. I have strong faith in. As self-trust is the secret of success, I will urge an MSME authorities and you people who are performing your 101 anniversary. This is a very divine connection, because this 100-year is not a small thing. This is a Satayu Anushthan, and this institution should march ahead to fulfill our national goal And whatever benefit, whatever help can be given by the government, I assure you it will be given. And whatever may be the bottleneck, we shall have to remove it through legal method. And I humbly request you to give in writing whatever problems you have so that I can address. Now, MSME is the biggest hope for non-farm income. It has tremendous capacity, and with the investment of only 1 lakh rupees, we can provide employment to 5 persons. That is a big thing. And I will appeal to all our citizens through you to have a startup. Our government provides many facilities for startups, and I will see that all sorts of bottlenecks are removed, hindrances are removed, and we work together to rebuild our economy, to rebuild the nation, and to provide, to enable our citizens to earn their livelihood, earn their rate, and contribute their utmost to the rebuilding of the nation. With this, I conclude. Sound nahi?
Riker sir, आप
Namaskar. I have to go to Odisha. My flight train is closing, so I will go. I may be permitted to leave.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
धन्यवाद मंत्री जी,
नमस्कार, नमस्कार।
धन्यवाद। हमारे जनरेशन जो है चलेंगे, और now I would request our friend Mr. Vikash Gupta, who is a first generation entrepreneur, founder and managing director of leather lifestyle brand 360, to please have a say.
Thank you, and my gratitude to Honorable Minister and everybody on this panel. And I think, as very well said by our Honorable Minister, there is an India story which world needs to listen to, and this is the opportunity where I think we have to believe in ourselves, and I think that's the key. I think everything has been well spoken and already mentioned and said. This is the future where I think what we are missing is a belief that yes, India's story can be built. And some of us, I mean, if I come from a leather sector, and if I look at my sector, we have the second largest livestock in the world. We have the craftsmanship, we have the, the manpower, but still our share in the world market is just 3% when it comes to leather. So you can imagine the kind of opportunity that we are sitting on. It's just that we have to start thinking global. We have to compete with the world out there, but we have to build on India's story, and which is about craftsmanship, which is about sustainability. And we have to take pride and our attitude and collaborating with people and trying to say it is not made in India, but designed in India. I think that the day we start thinking on those terms and look at our customers on that perspective, I think a lot will change for SMEs. And I think organized sector will pull that unorganized sector, because they would all want to graduate to that. And that is my last say to this panel. And thank you for giving me the opportunity. But I think the trust is what we need to build amongst ourselves, between our government and ourselves, and the confidence. And we need to collaborate together to build India's story, because scaling is the key, but scaling, that is another thing that we, and digitalization is, of course, is here to stay. Thank you. And thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
We can definitely scale the heights and try to reach the which is envisaged by the government. On a concluding note, we are confident that the businesses will bounce back and we will achieve the vision of $5 trillion economy. And on behalf of SHM, we specially thank Mr. and kindly addressing the SHM Foundation Week Celebration 2020. We also thank you, SHM President eminent panel of speakers, media, attendees, delegates, all those who have made this happen, and the people behind the scene also, I thank you one and all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.